Now we talked about in, we talked about like, we talked about between, we talked about and, and we talked about or. Let's talk about the word not. N-O-T. So that's going to be not in, not like. All right. So let's do this. Let's do select star from EMP. And I want you to show me everybody's name and department number. Show me everybody who is in department 30. Select ename from EMP where department number equals 30. Very simple, 6 people. What if I said show me everybody who's not in department 30? All right. So let's try that right now. Let me just clear the screen. Select ename from EMP where department number not in 30. 8 people. Now how can we prove this? I need to put department number in the syntax. Select ename, comma, department number from EMP where department number not in 30. So only the 20s and 10s show up. Not in. Earlier we did in and a certain group of values in the parentheses. Now we're saying not in 30. All right, let's say we want to see, we only have 3 departments, but let's say we want to see who is not in 10 and 20. Now we can easily say where department equals 30, but let's say we have a lot of departments. So I want to know who is not in department 10 or 20. So it's going to be select ename department number from EMP where department number not in what? 10 or 20. So we're only going to get 30. But what if we had department 40, 50, 60, 70? Then we would see all the other departments. So not in. All right. So let's do select star from EMP just to see the table. What if I said, give me the names and salaries of everyone except the clerks and the analysts. Except the clerks and the analysts. So that's going to be not in, clerk in parentheses, in quotation marks, and analyst. So give me the names and salaries. So let's select ename, salaries, and let's do job as well from EMP where job not in what? Sales, what I say, salesmen and analysts? Or not clerks and analysts, clerks. Analyst. Select ename sal job from EMP where job, I spelled not in wrong. I said no in, not in. So look at the results. Salesmen and managers and president showed up because we're looking for those that are not clerks and analysts. So let's do that one again real quick. Give me the names and the salaries of those who are not clerks or analysts. Give me the names and salaries, and let's do job as well from EMP where job not in what? These parentheses. Well, let's specify what we want in these parentheses. Clerk and analyst. So if we analyze this statement, we did in earlier. Now we're doing not in. We're putting the not before the in, the not operator. Job not in clerk or analyst. So the the names, the salaries, and the jobs, the 3 column headings are going to be retrieved for those who are not clerks or analysts. Alan makes $1,600 and he's a salesman, or she. Jones makes that much and does that, manager. Now what if I said, let's combine this with count star. What if you were asked, hey, how many people are not clerks or analysts? How many people? Not show me the information, but how many? That's count star. Select count star from EMP where job not in, remember caps, quotes, clerk, analyst. 8. And you can prove it right here. 8 rows selected. So this is not a lesson on count star, but this is just to show you how to combine everything. Earlier we said, show me the names, the salaries, and the jobs of everybody who's not a clerk or analyst. So if we ignore this for a second, let's look over here. Where job not in. So it's really this. Let's focus on this. Not in. Not in what? Not in these conditions or these specific values you're inputting. Not in whatever is between these parentheses. So what is between these parentheses? The word clerk, surrounded by single quotation marks, and the word analyst, surrounded by single quotation marks. Not in. All right. So let's clear the screen. Now if we do select star from EMP. Now if you remember, we had a between operator. We were talking about who makes between 1,000 and 2,000. Who makes between 2,000 and 5,000. What happens if we put not between? So let's say we want to give a bonus to anybody who makes, let's say we want to give a bonus to anybody who makes more than 3,000 because they did so well that we're going to give them a bonus, a salesman. Let's say they were a commission-based organization and we want to give anybody who makes more than 3,000 a bonus, and also anybody who makes less than $1,000 a bonus, just because they were making so little money. So show me everybody who makes less than 1,000 and more than 3,000. That's going to be not between. Because if I said show me everybody who makes between 1,000 and 3,000, that's going to be between. Where salary between 1,000 and 3,000. Here we're going to do not between. E-name sal from EMP where salary not, let me make it caps, not between 1,000 and 3,000. So pay attention to the output. Not between. So if only 3 rows were selected out of a 14-row table, that means if we remove the word not and saw who actually is making between 1,000 and 3,000, we should see 11 rows. So let's try that. I'm going to hit the up arrow. I'm going to get rid of the word not. And there are your 11 rows. So in the first example, I said, show me everybody who's not making between 1,000 and 3,000. So I want everybody from $1, $2, $99 up until $3,000, $1, 3,000, everything except whatever falls between 1,000 and 3,000. 800, that falls outside of this. 5,000, that's more than 3,000, so that falls outside of this. 950, once again, that does not fall between this. It falls outside of this. All right, so not between. All right, so we did not in. If we hit the up arrow, we did where job not in, because we already did in. Now we're doing not in. We already did between. Now we're doing not between. What about like? Remember like? Select e-name. Show me all the names. You remember when I said, show me everybody whose name starts with the letter A. Show me everybody's name that starts with the letter A. Select e-name from EMP where e-name like. You remember like? Single quote, the letter A, and the wildcard that shows anything after it. Quote, close it. Adams and Allen are the only 2 that satisfy this condition, where e-name like A and whatever else comes after it. What if I said not like? Because we already did between and not between. We already did in and not in. Let's do not like. So let's see everybody's name who does not start with the letter A. So that's going to be select e-name from EMP where e-name not like. Now this is not case sensitive, but just to see not like. Not like what? Not like starting with the letter A. and you get 12 rows. If you get 2 rows from those who start like the letter A, and it's a 14-row table in totality, then if you do not like and do the opposite of that, you should get the difference, which is 12. 12 plus 2, 14. Like I said, this isn't a math class, but 12 plus 2 does indeed equal 14. So, not like, not between, not in. Again, not in, not like, not between. It's all about the word not. All right, so let's do select star from EMP. All right, let's say we want to see who, let's combine this with the end clause, AND. Let's see how many people are salesmen and make between 2,000 and 3,000. I want to know the salesmen who make between 2,000 and 3,000. Select ename, comma, sal, comma, job from EMP, where job equals salesman and sal between 2,000 and 3,000. Let me do this. Where job equals salesman, enter, and sal between 2,000 and 3,000. No row selected, so that means salesmen make. Okay, let's do this. Let me switch that to between 1,000 and 2,000. Select ename, job and sal from EMP, where job salesman and sal between 1,000 and 2,000. All right, so all the salesmen make between 1,000 and 2,000. I believe we have 4 salesmen. 1, 2, 3, 4. So this condition said, give me everybody who's a salesman and makes between 1,000 and 2,000. So let's say HR wanted all the salesmen to make no more than 2,000. But they also didn't want them to make less than 1,000 because, you know, we want them to be motivated and make some money. So this table says, show me all the salesmen who make between 1,000 and 2,000. Now notice, this end and this end are different. Select ename job sal from EMP, where job equals salesman and. Now this is the AND operator that combines 2 separate conditions. The first condition is where job equals salesman. And the second condition is where salary is between 1,000 and 2,000. This end and this end are different. But what if I said the same exact query, but I said I want to know all the salesmen who do not make between 1,000 and 2,000. So if they're making more than 2,000, hey, good job. That means you're hustling, you're making your money, you're making your commission. But if you're making less than 1,000, if you fall outside of this range, we need to know why. If you fall outside of it because you're making more than 2,000, okay, good job. You're doing a good job. You're making commission. If you fall outside of this condition and you make less than 1,000, then we need to talk. So the SQL statement there will be, let's talk it out in English first. Show me all the salesmen who don't make between 1,000 and 2,000. All we're gonna do is put the word not right there. All right. Clear screen. Select ename, where job equals salesman. Enter, and sal not between 1,000 and 2,000. Now I can tell you right now, it should be 0 rows retrieved, no rows selected. Only because we've been working with the EMP table so much. All right, not between. So we just combined 2 separate things. So we've been working on. The where clause says the job has to equal salesman, and this has to be true. All right, just pay attention to the syntax. Select name, job, and salary from EMP. That's easy. We did that a lot of times. Where what? Where condition 1 says job has to equal salesman, and the salary is not between 1,000 and 2,000. All right. If this is confusing, just rewatch it again. This is a hands-on course, so I personally believe that the human mind works better when you watch somebody do something over and over and over again. It just sticks. And later on in this course, we're going to do a test, and that's where you're going to start doing hands-on. For now, just sit back, relax, and just enjoy the show.